particularly quiet, humble, shy, all the things that, I mean, you only had to look up and you thought, how in God's earth to see a professional footballer? How could he do what he's done in football? When you looked at a small person that played alongside a centre half as a central defender and was absolutely fantastic. Could read the game like you would not believe and was afraid of nobody or nothing. You wouldn't want to be tackled by him. Yeah, he was very, very quiet and quite shy in actual fact, but you got to know him exceptionally well. He was one of the funniest people you ever met in your life. He was hilarious, he was, great company, all that sort of stuff. Fantastic, but what a player. I mean, as I said earlier, if you're looking at someone that should not be a footballer, and you said he's played for England, won the World Cup, won the European Cup, you'd laugh and think, no way could he be a footballer, but he was. And a fantastic one at that. He wouldn't talk about it when he came back to Old Trafford pre-season training, because Dennis and I were in the room and we were always kidding him on about the Germans were cheated and that ball was never over the line from Jeff, all that sort of thing. But that went on all the time, but it was in good fun rather than any other way. I mean, the best place to be is be a footballer and be in the dressing room before training or before a game, because that's the funniest part of your life. It's so funny.
It just used to have the instruction from Busby, win the ball, Nobby, and give it to Bobby or Dennis, and that was the way he was. And then of course when he went to the England team, 66, I was only about 13, 14, watching it on the television. One of my greatest ever memories to see England lift that World Cup. I never thought I'd see it in my lifetime, and we're lucky to see it again. But the likes of Nobby, unbelievable. And thanks for the memory, Nobby. I buried my brother this week. It was my brother that took me to United first, and the two of us followed him everywhere in the 60s, 70s. And I remember seeing him at Hillsborough, 4-4 draw, unbelievable player. So God bless Nobby. Thanks for the memories. Cheers.
Stiles I arrived in Manchester in June of 1966, and I'd never heard of this fella, and I'd seen him winning the World Cup for England. I'd seen him in several games during that summer period, and seen him in the final of Wembley and him jigging around Wembley with the World Cup. That was a fantastic memory. And then wonderful footballer, far better footballer than all the media people ever give him credit for. But probably my greatest memory in terms of football was the evening in '68 at Wembley when we won the European Cup. Nobby was outstanding that evening, and Eusebio was some tough opponent, and he had the measure of Eusebio, as he did with every player that I ever seen him. He was a wonderful competitor. He was a great man from this city, represented this city with distinction and represented his country. And shame on some of the authorities who didn't treat Nobby and his family and World Cup winners better.
Yeah.